Hi Bees, welcome to FC United.
Thank you.
You've just taken training. How did that go?
Yeah, it was good. Good. Yeah, it's good to meet the players. Good attitude, good intensity about it. Which always going to be in the first session under a new regime. So yeah, it was good.
Okay, and we're sat here at Broadhurst Park. Have you had a chance to look around?
I have. Yeah. Obviously, it's outstanding stadium. You know, for this level of football, it's beyond that, and it's been here a few times, and it's nice to be sort of in the inner sanctum, if you like, now. So it's good, really good.
Okay. Have you actually had the opportunity to watch any FC games this season?
I have. I've seen one game live. I went the other week. I watched the Violence game. It wasn't far from where I was, so I took it in. I always like to take games in, so yeah, I took it in. I thought they were unlucky on the day. I thought they should have won. We've sort of started catching up on the games, Macclesfield and Matlock. We started to watch them this week, just touching on things, trying to get ourselves acquainted with what's going on and what the problems are and what the strengths and weaknesses of the team is.
Okay. Do you think, from what you've seen, and appreciate it's early days, do you think from what you've seen, the current squad has got an adequate mix of talent and experience to get us out of trouble?
I think it's early. I think it's very early. I think there's a few issues, which is obvious. Position in the league tells us all that. I think it's going to take a bit of time, probably more than I thought a week ago. But I'm sure with a bit of fine tuning, a bit of tweaking, I'm looking forward to working with all the existing players, and in the future maybe one or two come through the door, and that will only help us and make us stronger.
Okay, and obviously we heard the news today that Dante Gavin has left the club for a fee to Macclesfield. I guess you've got some players in mind that you're looking to use those funds on.
I just think, from my point of view, that deal was already done before I walked through the door. I think it was finalised on Monday. Obviously I knew about it when I agreed to come to the club. I knew he wants to go, so I think the club have done the right thing. Lads don't want to be here, and they want to move on, and that's fine. We'll move on, and it's up to us now to try and replace him. Get someone in if we can, and that'll enhance the squad.
Okay, and in terms of obviously why you sat here, what attracted you to the club as your next role?
Well, it happened really quick, Tim. Obviously, I left Warrington sort of on the Sunday, and I think contact was made, if you like, Sunday evening, and then it was just like, let's have a conversation. The conversation snowballed quite quickly that week, and it was, I think, the sheer size of the club, the magnitude of the club, the opportunity and the foresight of what's going on at the club was something that attracted us. We wanted to try and manage and coach in the league we were in, but that doesn't always happen. So I think, from my point of view, and definitely Dave's point of view, this club is right for us. It's set. It's got outstanding facilities. It's ready to push on, but at the moment it's not in a good shape, especially on the pitch. I think off the pitch, what I'm the positive talks I've had in the last week or so, everything's everyone's pulling in the right direction. Things are moving. I think that's all positive. I think the only negative at the moment's on the pitch, so it's up to us to try and change that. It's not a short fix. I think it's going to take a bit of time, but it's a challenge that we're looking forward to. It's a really, really good club. It's been going for up to 20 years now. It's gone from strength to strength. It's only going to progress further and further with the plans that the board and behind the scenes have got. So,
what's your immediate ambition for the club?
I think the immediate ambition is to find out what the problems are. On the pitch. My job is to sort of get the players playing and pick up points, because we need to pick up points. If you spend too much longer down there, you're going to be down there all season, and then it becomes a little bit tense, if you like. So the immediate job is to try and pick up points, try and get the lads playing, so I'm winning more games.
The club specifically wanted a manager with National League experience, which talks to the ambition of returning to the National League. Is it realistic?
I think all ambition's realistic. I think you've got to have ambition. I think it's a trait that attracted me to the club. It's a trait that attracts me to players. I want ambitious players. I want players to want to play high. I want players to want to come and express themselves in a place like this. I want that. But I think any talk of the National League North is a bit premature at the moment, because we're in a sticky situation, shall we put it. So we need to park that, we need to push that to one side for another day, and we need to concentrate on what's the here and the now. And the here and the now is we're in the bottom, we're in the relegation places, so we need to sort that out first.
What do you see the attributes for a winning squad getting out of this league? Or staying in this league, maybe in the context?
I think, I think first and foremost, you've got to get a good team spirit. You've got to get a good togetherness. You've got to get an environment that the players want to enjoy and want to play as a team. I think, playing as a team and working together for each other and going the extra yard for each other is recipe for success in any league. I think, the way we'll want to do things and the way we want to work on things will take a bit of time. It'll take, the players, I'm sure, will adjust to it and want to adjust to it because they'll enjoy it. So I think, to get out the league again, I think let's talk about the immediate future. And the immediate future is to try and stabilise where we are, try and get out the bottom four and take it from there.
And finally, just around football, can you expand on your own philosophy?
Well, there's different ways of philosophy in there. There's a philosophy on coaching, there's a philosophy on football. Obviously, my philosophy on coaching is about development. I want to develop people, I want to develop players. I want them to express themselves. And, we've got, myself and Dave, we've got previous track record at doing that. We want them to go on and, if they go on and fulfil their ambitions with us, brilliant. If they don't, and they go and fulfil their ambitions of playing in the league or playing in full-time football, and that's all great. We've helped them on their pathway. And I think, philosophy of football obviously is you want to pass the ball and you want to create chances and you want to excite the supporters. But at the moment, I think we're coming in midway through something. So I think we have to maybe park our philosophy a little bit and look at exactly what's in front of us, what shape we've got, what players we've left with, what we can bring in. I think from that we'll be able to shape our playing philosophy.
Okay, obviously we're here quite late on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
You've got a full-time role as head of development. Semi-pro football management can be 7 days a week. How do you relax?
For me, obviously, my day job is very, very important. I love my job. I work in, I've got a really senior role in an outstanding academy in education and in football. So that's a big plus. I think I like spending time with my wife and children. That's the most important thing for me. I like going and watch my children play football or whatever they want to do and spend time with my wife. Although if you ask her, she might say that's not very often at the moment.
I'm not hearing much golf in there.
I think if I took up golf, I think I could be getting divorced.
And this is going to be a contentious question. Who do you support?
For my sins, Everton.
It could be worse.
Yes,
it could be worse.
Could be worse, yeah.
And just a final message to the members and fans.
I'd just say come down, support. You're synonymous with support, great support, and big crowds. And I think just continue that. That might be a bit of a bumpy road, but I think you'll enjoy what we do and enjoy how hard we work for the club. And we'll try and represent the club as best we can.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Bees.
No worries.
I appreciate your time. Obviously, it's a long old day.
Okay.
So thank you, and once again, welcome to FC United.
Thanks, Tim.
This is our club, belongs to you and me.